Growing up, one of the biggest movies around was Rocky. I waited months for that movie to come out. People literally lined the streets to watch it. It was a story about an underdog that takes on the champ. Could he make good with his one shot at glory? So much focus in our society is on the underdog, and we all forget about the pressure that comes with the expectations of being the best at something. At a certain point, that excess pressure reduces performance. Most people never know the pressure that an athlete at the top or approaching the top will feel every single day of their lives. The expectations of those around a high-level athlete can fuel their success or their failure. There are times when highly skilled individuals from all walks of life go through down phases where their performance doesn't live up to their potential, and it happens for no apparent reason. In sports, it has many names: a slump, a mental block, choking, or even the yips. It's a sudden and unexplained loss of the ability to execute certain skills in high-level athletics. My name is Steven Griffith, and for the past 20 years, I've helped athletes, executives, and top performers break out of a slump, regain lost skills, and next level their performance. I bring them back to their A game. As an amateur, Jose Nieves, Bori, won exactly 164 out of a total of 173 fights. For those of you keeping tally, that's only 9 losses. That's a 95% win ratio for his entire amateur career. He won 7 national championships, 4 in Puerto Rico, 3 in the US, and the last chance USA Olympic qualifier, as well as coming in 3rd in the US Olympic team box-off, a very controversial decision. So it's no surprise he now holds an unblemished record as a professional. But with all of Jose's skills and years of experience, there's something new going on. Jose is getting hit more. He seems to lack focus and concentration. And what's more, what's really bothering me, it seems to be getting worse. What could change the performance of such an overachiever? When I look at an athlete who appears to have no obvious reason for their decline in performance, I ask myself, what's their motivation? What's their why? It doesn't really matter what walk of life a person comes from. If they lack their why, they lack their purpose. Without a clear purpose, it's impossible to attain their life goals. It's important to understand a person's why could be a strength or a weakness. If a person's motivation is simply money, then their why is weak. It can be used against them. However, if their why is to get their loved ones out of poverty, well then, the money is the avenue, but the love for their family is their why. And love is a powerful motivator. When the pressure that comes along with success begins to break an individual down, it is essential to their future that they learn how to adapt. Being okay is being okay with being uncomfortable. Here's the thing. Some people just need a little help getting to that place. We always do it ourselves, but we never do it alone. It's always interesting for me to see the city where a client lives. It helps me to better understand them. Their city is a part of who they are. Sometimes when you look around at the place someone lives, it adds to the mystery. Other times, it tells you important things about the client. Seeing the city that Jose lives in makes one thing very clear. He's tough. Hey, nice to meet you. Jose,
how you doing,
good to finally see you.
Finally, man.
Your brothers?
How you doing?
How you doing? Mucho gusto.
Bienvenido, mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto. The boss of the family.
That's the boss right there, man.
When I first speak to a client, it's important to do it in a setting that's most comfortable for them. Seeing them together, I already have a pretty good idea what could be at the core of their situation. As with any executive, parent, or coach dealing with a performance issue, it begins with having good communication. It's important for me to be able to see their body language, their voice tone, and the words they use to really understand what's going on. Because anyone can hide the truth with the choice of their words, but their body language always tells the truth. What's it like coaching your son?
Es algo muy difícil, porque esto es algo que no es fácil, es un deporte bien difícil, un deporte bien sacrificado, donde se necesita mucha disciplina, donde yo tengo que estar encima para que no me haga daño, porque él es mío.
My dad used to take me to the gym too because he was a fighter too. Started kind of liking it. Now I got that dream, and it's that it's in the family too.
Bueno, mi vida en el boxeo fue altas y bajas porque yo entré en el boxeo como a la edad de 12 años. Entonces me fue bien porque tenía mucho talento, pero no tuve la disciplina y cometí muchos errores cuando estaba joven. Entonces, pues eso es lo que yo quiero que transmitirle a mi hijo.
When I'm listening to Jose and his father explain to me about their lives, I'm thinking to myself, where does Jose the person end and Jose the professional athlete begin?
In the world of boxing, it's very common to have that relationship, father, son, trainer, fighter. Happens a lot because usually the first person that takes their son or their daughter to the gym is the father. But the position in the family gets switched because eventually the one that's making the decisions inside the ring is the fighter.
This is my treadmill. It really comes in handy when I'm, for rainy days.
When it's snowing outside. And what you got a
volleyball? Yeah, there's a Puerto Rican style double M bag. It's basically a volleyball and a basketball net.
Gotcha.
Just tied together.
Nice.
Boom, punching bag,
right.
Some weights, bicycle.
You got everything that you need here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's nice. It's great that you have this gym here. Having it here, number one, saves a bunch of time, and time for him is one of the most important assets, making sure he's maximizing his time and training. Immersion can be a good thing, but as the old saying goes, too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. As I see Jose interact with his father, Jose Sr. acts more like a dominant coach than a loving father. Sometimes people who are related and also work together, whether in an office or in professional sports, can develop boundary issues. Where does the coworker, or in Jose's case, the coach end and the father start? Man, it can be emotionally draining to never really get a break from that interaction. Every relationship needs healthy boundaries. As I watch, it becomes obvious that Jose is feeling the pressure that comes along with high expectations from his father.
When I saw the interaction between Jose Jr. and Jose Sr., I could see there's animosity, there's certain levels of frustration. In general terms, It's very difficult when the son is carrying the responsibility of a whole family.
What's your ultimate goal?
I want to be a legend. Like, I want to be that guy, you know, that my grandkids, you know, are talking about me, you know, and say my name. Oh, he's the one that started it, you know.
What do you think is the thing or things that are slowing you down or stopping you to getting to that next level, to your A game?
Like, you know, laziness or being in the ring, you know, and not taking that extra, you know, step mentally. There's a couple of things, you know, with the family, you know, like with my dad, you know, little conflicts, you know, that we got. I know that he wants the best for me. I don't got nothing against my dad. I love him to death. That's my dad. He's been in my corner since the beginning. But there's a couple things that, you know, we disagree on, and we got a couple fights. And there's days that I don't even train with nobody. I just want to be by myself.
So I'm going to show you a picture from your last fight. So how do you feel when you see that picture?
That's when he connected that punch.
And where are you?
On the ground. I'm gonna be honest. For me, that was a mistake, you know. Because I get too comfortable in the ring, and I do a lot of mistakes outside in the ring that, you know, I get away with it. Maybe because, you know, I got a little bit of speed.
I saw that in that fight. Jose Jr. was very confident about his ability. He just let way too many punches come in. If that mentality continues, it could be a huge issue.
After spending a few hours with Jose, two things were obvious. One, he's absolutely in his comfort zone. And two, Jose doesn't know where his coach starts and his father begins. He's trained for all his fights as a professional in the same town, in the same gym, and with the same people. Clearly, he's staying in his comfort zone. A person can't grow if they just do the same thing day in and day out. It's not possible. Anyone doing the same thing over and over will get complacent. Why do you box?
Why do I box? I'm really happy when I'm in the ring. I'm really like, I forget about everything. Whatever is going on in my house, whatever's happening to me in my career, my personal life, I just makes me feel like good.
So there's the ultimate why. There's something deeper. So you have the legacy of your family. Why is that important, that you succeed for your family?
I don't want to disappoint us. Thank you.
I want you to get into that emotion, because that emotion is going to push you to do the things you don't want to do when you don't want to do them.
There was one point, which I remember real good. When I first came here, and
Listen, you're connecting to the emotions of the past that are fueling you now, and it's okay.
Yeah. When I first came here, we didn't really have nothing. When I moved to this little apartment, and then I was with my family, my mom, and my two little brothers, and I see my brother sleeping on the floor, and sweating, literally, just sleeping on the floor. It was a summer, and then summer in New Jersey is horrible. And I'll go to my mom's room, and I see my mom too sleeping on the floor, and that really like struck me. Like, I'm like, okay, and I was like, I gotta do something for my family, you know, for my last name, for my brothers, for my family. And since that day, I just got out of the apartment and started running.
It's important to connect that in your heart, what really matters to you.
Yeah.
Because when things get tough, understanding your why allows you to push forward. That's the fuel for greatness.
See, yeah, it's hard, man.
It's all right. So here's the thing. We need to leave New Jersey immediately to a camp, a fight camp that you're not familiar with, a new location. That's number one. And number two, you and your dad have to repair your relationship. You got to find that common ground and start getting aligned with each other for your performance and also your relationship. With any relationship, there's a time to set a clear boundary of how we're going to work together. This is that moment. So here's how it works with me. It's either you're in or I'm out. My ultimatum was based on the knowledge that it would be way too easy for Jose to resist change if allowed to stay in his comfort zone.
I'm down. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm in. Yes, sir.
Steven's decision to change the training camp is crucial in the development of Junior as a fighter. To develop the mindset of a champion, you have to dig deep, be comfortable with being uncomfortable, and be realistic and understand that whatever is happening to you right now is for you to become better.
Estoy bien preocupado por José porque no lo veo enfocado en cuestión del entrenamiento que estamos haciendo. Estamos cambiando mucho de lugares, aquí y allá, y pienso que para esta pelea puede perder. Y me siento bien preocupado por eso.
We're in Orlando, baby!
Already there's a sense of excitement, a sign of new life. The unknown stimulates open-mindedness. Being uncomfortable is necessary to learn and take its performance to the next level.
Is this getting out of my comfort zone?
I said uncomfortable. That doesn't mean barbaric. This isn't Rocky.
This is way different than New Jersey.
The first sit down can be really rough on somebody. So it's very important for it to be a safe and comfortable environment. Jose, I'm glad we're finally sitting down to have this interview. So you know why you're here?
I feel like, yeah, to fix our relationship, me and my dad, I feel like that's a big factor in our, in our camp.
Who do you need to be to have what you want? And what you want is to be a world champion. So what got you here is not going to take you there. So who do you need to be?
I gotta be a totally different person. Like, my focus gotta be on point. Everything gotta change. I figure I got a lot of things to improve on.
When we have a goal, whatever it is, if it's you for an athlete or an executive or a mom or a young high school student, we start one place and we want to get to another. That's called your performance gap. Okay, so you're here today and you want to get here. You want to be a world champion, right? So between where you're at and where you need to get, my job is to increase your habits, make sure your beliefs are aligned at your highest level, become more focused, get rid of the distractions, improve your self-talk, improve your confidence. When we do this, we compress the time. So I want you to think deeply about what I'm going to ask you next.
Okay.
What if you fail?
I can't fail.
No, what if you fail?
If I fail?
Yeah, what if you don't make it?
I don't know. I never thought about it.
I want you to think about it right now, because we need to understand the cost of not reaching our goal. But what would that mean to you and your family if you didn't make it?
I feel like it will destroy me. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't be the same. But like, that's all I got.
It's difficult for all of us to change. My initial A-game assessment can be jarring in that most people never really look inside of themselves. They've identified who they are as their profession or role at home or career, and they have forgotten a big part of who they are inside. People can't change what they can't see. They don't see their full self. We are so much more than the labels and titles that we've identified with.
The interview with Steven was a little bit kind of weird. We thought we talked about a lot of things that didn't think we was gonna talk about. Things about my dad, things about my family, like deep stuff. A lot of emotions, which made me feel like tired after. So it was good, something new.
The second part of the A-game evaluation is when we start dealing with the real issues. When we start addressing the real issue, clients can begin to resist. The thing is, it's not the client resisting. The client is there because they want help. Whether it's a parent at home addressing their child or a business person working through an issue with a coworker, their resistance comes from an involuntary reaction. It's part of the brain called the amygdala. The amygdala is responsible for the fight, flight, or freeze response to a threatening situation. It's triggered by emotions like fear, anxiety, and anger. This is a healthy protective mechanism, but sometimes the amygdala overreacts too strongly and hijacks us from making positive changes we need. We can regulate the amygdala's response and respond in a positive way by strengthening the executive center of the brain, the prefrontal cortex. By doing that, we can override the amygdala, allowing us to move forward in a healthy way. Today is all about the tools, the actual A-game performance tools for you inside the ring and outside of the ring. So there's a phrase that I use, and it's going to frame everything we're doing today. The more present you are, the higher you perform, right? The less present you are, less your performance is. So pull out that device that's in your pocket. That phone right there is the biggest distraction of your life. Amazing tool, it's changed our lives, but just since I've been working with you, every break I see you on your phone. And just like most people, there's an addiction, right? So one of the things we want to do is start getting us more present to where our free time is. And it can be very helpful to put that phone away at times because it allows you to be more present. And to take it further, timefulness. And that's taking mindfulness a little deeper. And timefulness is being present, aware, and intentional with your time. So meditation is a tool to help you become more mindful. So why do we do meditation? The technique of meditation trains a state of being calm and in the moment that becomes a trait, becomes a natural way of being. So you ready to meditate?
I'm ready.
Okay, really simple. So just go ahead and just close your eyes. Just allow your body to relax. To begin with, I just want you to listen to my voice. Now I want you to bring your attention to your breath. Just notice the air coming in through your nose, into your lungs, your diaphragm expanding. And just notice the air leaving as you exhale. Being present, calm, and in the moment can be difficult in any environment. So I decided to challenge Jose to meditate in the least calm environment I could find, a busy city street. So what was that experience, being in the middle of an intersection meditating? How'd you feel?
something new.
Yeah.
It was really, at first, I'm like, well, what are we doing?
Right.
You know, it's crazy.
Right.
But I started controlling my emotions
Yeah.
every time I started breathing.
Mm-hmm.
As we see Steve take Junior to this meditation session in the middle of a very busy street, what did that teach Junior? You need to focus on the task at hand, that your balance, your control is from within, not from the outside.
Meditation is powerful because it helps increase the prefrontal cortex ability to regulate the amygdala. This gives us more control in stressful situations and allows us to be more present. And the more present we are, the higher we perform. By strengthening the prefrontal cortex with consistent meditation, a person will be less reactive to stressful situations and recover faster. All of us have stress that we have to deal with. We have to be able to balance our emotions and focus on what we need to do in the moment. When things don't go well or there's a challenge, how do you treat yourself?
In the middle of the
In the
spot.
middle of it or after it? Like, what's the dialogue to yourself?
This is not going well. Damn, I'm being embarrassed. It shouldn't, like, I should look good. People are gonna start thinking that I'm not a good fighter.
So, if you have a friend that's struggling,
Yeah.
okay, or somebody in your family, how do you talk to them?
Try to be as positive as I can.
Right, you talk
You
nicely
know,
to
it
them.
matters to me, so
Are you kind to them?
yeah, super kind.
Right.
If you need to cry on my shoulder, cry on my shoulder.
So you're supportive, positive?
Yes.
Right. So here's my question to you. How come you don't do that to yourself?
No, I didn't see it that way. That's
So let me tell you what the research says. So this is a topic of what we call self-compassion. Or, as I talk about it in A game, your inner coach, your positive inner coach. So we know the more positive you can be, the more compassionate to yourself. When there's a challenge or there's suffering, we perform higher. We are healthier and we're more positive and optimistic. We know that from all the research. But many of us have been trained that we've got to be hard on ourselves. We've got to be tough on ourselves. Now, I'm going to show you a better way to self-evaluate that you're going to start using. Okay, Jose, so this next technique is a breathing technique. So if you're too hyped up, you're too excited, if you feel anxious, this technique activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is really the braking system, which allows you to come back into the A game zone. So let's practice it. So I want you to put one hand here. We're practicing with our hands. When you do it in real life, you don't have to do this, but this allows the brain-body connection, because when we start, you're going to inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. You're going to hold for 7, and then you're going to exhale like you heard me, like that, okay? So I want you to look down at your hands, and when you inhale, we want this hand to go first, okay? And so just look and naturally let it happen. We're going to do a couple rounds, okay? So go ahead and inhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through the mouth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When we do that, we fully bring oxygen into our system, okay? And what it does, it calms our nervous system down. So that 4, 7, 8, you can do that in between rounds to calm yourself, to ground yourself. Jose, this next technique is to instantly get rid of a negative thought. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to think of a situation, a memory. When you still think about it, it gives some type of negative emotion. So here's what you're going to do. I want you to take a deep breath in. I want you to exhale. And as you exhale, I want you to put your focus all the way to your feet. Okay? Now I want you to breathe into your feet. Deep breath in. Exhale to your feet. Open up your eyes. What happened to the memory?
I forgot about the memory.
What?
I forgot about the memory.
You forgot about the memory?
Yeah.
That took about 30 seconds. In real life or in situations, say it's between rounds. All you do is you take a deep breath in, exhale down to your feet, breathe into your feet for 10 or 15 seconds. It's going to go away. Do you like letting go a negative thought? Do you like letting it go?
Really helpful, yes.
Yeah, instantly. Instantly. Great job. Close your eyes, and I want you to take me through your process.
So, warming up, I'm jumping, I'm feeling anxious, happy. I'm sweating, I'm jumping constantly. I start to hear the announcer. Time he gets closer to say my name, I get more and more anxious, more. And we do the face off, then I'm looking at him. And I remember going back, and I felt the punch. And then next thing you know, I'm on the ground.
It's okay. That's all right. How'd that feel when you just heard that sound?
I got scared.
Yeah, so I want you to take a deep breath in and exhale all the way down to your feet. Ground yourself like you've learned. Another breath all the way down to your feet. What happened to the fear now? Yeah. So that's something in the past, just a memory. So that sound got your mind afraid or anxious or mad. You have the power now to reground yourself, just like in that fight. We all go through those things. The key now is that you have the tools to reset yourself. So if that happens in a fight again, you know how to reset yourself right away. Mm-hmm. You have that power.
In the fight game, it's very easy to get stuck in a bad round. As we see Steven working with Junior and allowing him to look at his train of thought that a lot of times is negative talk, breathe, and bring the focus back to the fight is key for Junior's entire career.
So I'm going to give you a new insight. Ultimately, with all that being said, you know where confidence comes from in the moment? What you tell yourself. This technique is going to allow you to get into that green zone, your A game. So first of all, I want you to think about a time boxing that you are unstoppable, like you were at the top of your game. I want you to come up with a memory in your head. Here's what you're going to do. I want you to imagine a circle in front of you, okay? Big enough that you can step into. And I want you to put the memory, that unstoppable, confident memory, inside that circle, okay? Go ahead and step into the confident memory now. Feel the memory come up from the bottom of your feet into every cell, every nerve, and every fiber. I want you to be looking through that memory right now. Through your eyes, hearing, seeing, and feeling what was happening for you being unstoppable, confident, on top of your game, your A game. Every cell, every nerve, every fiber, feeling, seeing, and hearing, and thinking what you were doing at your top performance. Let it go through every cell, let it expand, let the memory expand through every cell, every nerve, every fiber. Yeah. That's cold. So Jose, this is your challenge, the mighty ice bath. Okay, so what I want you to do today when you get in there is start utilizing some of the tools that I taught you. Okay, how to control your mind, your focus, your self-talk. All right. So you ready?
No.
You're gonna do.
I'm ready.
You're gonna do great. Go ahead and jump in. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh.
I want your head down here so I can see you.
It's cold.
It's go time. Ooh. All the way down. Come on, use your tools. Use your tools.
How much time? I can't.
All right, get out, get out. Get out. Come on over here. So listen to me. Jose, listen, I know it's cold. It's time to start using the tools when you're in those stressful situations in the ring and in life. We've got to be able to handle stress. So you're going to get back in, but before, we're going to do your anchor. Okay, you're going to do your anchor. Remember your anchor?
Yeah.
Color to get yourself in that performance state. And when you get in, I want you to focus on your breath, just like I taught you. In through your nose, out through your mouth, positive self-talk. You can do it. This is your high performance state, your A-game state, where you're at the top of your game, confident and powerful. Take a deep breath in. Okay, open your eyes up. Okay, get right in. Get right in. You got this. Drop in. Start focusing on your breath. In through your nose. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Relax. No matter what comes your way, you can control your mind. Breathe. You got this. You got this, brother. Just like in the ring. You get a challenge, something doesn't go your way, you have the power to reset your mind. No matter what comes your way, you can control your mind. Breathe. Great job, brother. Come on out. Nice job. We all need a strategy to deal with stress, failure, or lack of confidence, and many other issues. My A-game technique that I call the 3 R's will help Jose take his performance to the next level. The 3 R's are simple: recognize, repair, and re-engage. The first step is recognizing that you are off course. If you keep going in that direction, you will not attain your goals. The second step is repairing the situation. Now that you've identified that you're off track, you need to make some changes. Once you change anything, you change everything. Lastly, step 3, re-engage by focusing your mind and body back to your best performance state, utilizing tools like meditation, visualization, 4-7-8 breathing, getting you back engaging in the right steps towards your goal. As with any bad situation, things can get worse before they get better. After hearing Jose will train alone today, I decided now is the time to do an exercise of trust. Jose, what's going on, brother? How are you?
Good.
Hey, just move over so I can sit down. So what's going on today, man? You seem a little down.
My dad doesn't want to be here.
Gotcha. All right. I want you to come with me. I want you to try something. Let's shake this off a little bit. All right? Come on with me. So step in the middle. So Jose, this is an exercise of trusting yourself. And really, when you get off course or unbalanced inside the ring or outside the ring, how to bring yourself back, all right? So I want you to use your breath and your grounding tools, okay? Let's put your hands out to your side. Close your eyes, and you're gonna spin for 30 seconds. Go. Ten more seconds. Stay in the center. Okay, box. Box. That's it. Come towards me. Ground yourself. Breathe. Come towards me. Excellent. Come towards me. Find your center. Excellent. That's it. You got your feet on it. That's right. Find your center. Good job. Good job, brother.
This spinning exercise is very important for any fighter. In any fight, you're gonna be thrown off. We can see how Junior just takes a step back and starts just sitting behind the jab beautifully, very calm, very patient, key for any fighter.
So look forward. So the whole thing about spinning is we know you were in your freaking A game. Everyone needs a break once in a while. And with the fight just days away, I thought it would be good for Jose and the group to get out and do something fun together. And maybe Jose and his father can work out their differences. So Jose, this is what I call our after performance evaluation, APE. So just to check in and see how you're doing, we always start with what's going well and then tell me what kind of challenges you have. So we always start with what's going well.
My focus has been a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
I've been, every time I go, I'm gonna do a workout or something, I start with my breathing, and it helps me a lot. My body's been feeling better mentally. I feel like I've been growing more.
What are any challenges you've been having so far?
Challenges? I think my dad, he's been a challenge.
Right. Tell me more about that.
He's been, now and then he says things, you know, that really get to me. You know, they get on, he knows how to get under my skin, so
Right.
it's like, you know, sometimes I can't control it and my emotions get the best out of me, but
Right.
I feel like at the same time it helps me to like become a better person, you know, be stronger
Right.
mentally.
In this conversation between Steven and Jose Jr. in the woods, I can see that Jose Jr. is coming to a completely different level of maturity and understanding. He is taking ownership of the responsibility in the relationship between him and his dad.
Here's the thing. Family can be super challenging. And remember, your dad's intentions are coming from his heart, the right place. Some of his communication and some of the things he does, you know, you might not agree with, but his heart's from the right place. And this is where your meditation and your breath, being present and responding versus reacting. So doing the breath work, the meditation is gonna get you calmer. So when he's saying or doing things that normally would trigger you, you're gonna be less reactive. As long as you keep working and focusing on your mind, I mean, things are just gonna get better. It just takes time.
Yeah.
So here we are, is your final challenge, paddleboarding. You've been paddleboarding before?
No, I've never been paddleboarding before, man.
This is about trusting yourself and getting out of your comfort zone. And this is about using your tools and grounding yourself and working through some challenges and difficult things that are coming your way. There's one thing I didn't tell you.
What?
You're gonna do it blindfolded.
Okay,
All right, you ready?
I'm ready. Is there gators here?
They're only small gators.
Oh,
They're like 6-footers.
okay.
All right, let's do it. Excellent. Look straight ahead. Dig your feet in and paddle. That's it. Put it on. Look, okay, bend your knees. Bend your knees.
Oh, shit.
Good.
What the fuck is that?
Okay. Get your paddle.
When we first started with Jose Jr., he was very stuck in his ways. When he's pushed into this very uncomfortable position, we could see how he not only trusted himself, but even when he fell, he adjusted. The point is, can you get up without letting that failure or that fall affect you? And that's exactly what he did.
Jose, you passed your final test, brother. Excellent job, excellent job. You trusted yourself, you recovered, you grounded yourself. And then when I was looking at you from the dock paddling after you took the mask off, you look like you've been paddleboarding your whole life.
I know.
So today's graduation, I have a special gift for you. So the natives in different cultures protect themselves with necklaces with animal teeth. And this is a jaguar. You're a warrior, you did an awesome job for fight camp, you're ready for your fight. So this is your graduation present, your jaguar necklace.
Thank you, man. This is really cool, man.
Yeah,
Thank
awesome
you.
job, brother.
Thank you.
Awesome. Believing and trusting in yourself is imperative to next leveling your performance and overcoming any issue or challenge. If someone has been doing something their entire life and doing it well, then all of a sudden they can't do it well anymore and they start to doubt themselves, then you know it's not a problem of skill. The pressure is creating the appearance of self-doubt, but it's not that at all. It's just fear of not performing well. It's the same distance to the basket or around the track, whether you're competing at Madison Square Garden or Cypress Gardens, Florida. The only thing that's different is your mindset.
Scheduled for 6 rounds in the super middleweight division.
Viendo cómo están pasando las cosas ahora, las cosas están cambiando, él está más enfocado en el trabajo del gimnasio, se está haciendo el trabajo y yo creo que este es el momento de que José pues ya se está convirtiendo en adulto y está tomando unas decisiones correctas y pienso que este es su año y nada, está aprendiendo, se está haciendo hombre y pienso que este es su momento.
It's never easy to change, but once a person has faced the fact that change is needed, it's going to come one way or another. It can be either a good experience of choice or a painful one out of neglect. Getting used to being uncomfortable means fighting getting used to the pressure and letting it fuel your performance. All right, Jose, it's fight night. How you feeling?
Feeling good. A little bit nervous.
Yeah. You worked hard. So let's get you in your A-game mindset. So inhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Seeing what you see, hearing what you hear, feeling what you feel. Get confident and unstoppable. Now expand the color red. Power and confidence in your entire body. Now the symbol of the king. That's it. That's it. Standing up tall. You know what it is. We'll use that for motivation. So ultimately, this fight is one part of your legacy to becoming a world champion. Each fight has its puzzle piece. This is one puzzle piece. You're ready. You worked hard. I'm proud of you. And I just want you to go out there and have fun, be present.
Good.
As I see Junior interacting with Senior, I can see there's, first of all, acknowledgement that perhaps his presence in the corner is not going to be productive to his son. But at this moment, the dad understands it's best for him to step aside. Seeing Jose before the fight and having that very intimate conversation with his father shows me the type of growth Jose Jr. had during this training camp, thanks to Steven's tools and skills that he implemented. He walked into that ring with confidence, even though his dad was not in the corner. All of a sudden, the focus is on the task at hand, the competition, the tool set, and being able to just hone it down to take a win.
For the winner by TKO victory and remains undefeated, Jose and Bori Nieves.
Everyone faces pressure. It's just part of life. But if you learn to identify the issue and face it, you will overcome it. And no matter what the outcome, you will be better for it. We do it ourselves, but we never do it alone. So don't ever give up. Remember, recognize, repair, and re-engage. And that's how you're going to get your A game back.